Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesdays with Nina. I'm Nina Hartley, and please direct any of your questions to tuesdayswithnina@gmail.com. And I look really forward to hearing what you have to ask me about sex. So today, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of course, sexual communication. If you go to the bookstore and look at books that help marriage, a lot of them really do seem to be about positions. 365 great positions, 101 sex positions, the Kama Sutra, etc., etc., etc. And all the position changing in the world doesn't do anything to revitalize a sex life for a couple unless the couple actually already likes each other. So changing positions is not going to magically improve communication, improve talking about sex unless the couple in question already knows how to do that. So the most important thing a couple can bring to having a good sex life is positive mutual regard to each other and a willingness to hear the other person out and to share what it is each individual wants and needs out of a relationship. So it's more important to have good communication skills than it is to know how to perform fellatio or how to perform cunnilingus. Because if you don't actually like each other to begin with, all the sex techniques in the world, believe me, are not going to magically make feelings between members of a couple go more smoothly. So, and also a lot of the sex educational books or the 101 positions, etc., spend, in my view, too much time on penis-vagina contact and not enough time on other things two people can do in bed that feel really good, that have nothing to do with actually getting tab A to slot B, as the saying goes, for those of us old enough to remember putting together Christmas toys. So first and most importantly, communication. And the desire for good communication comes from a positive mutual regard for one's partner. So if we don't have that toward our partner, all the talking is not going to help, and all the position change is not going to help, and all the massages and candles and romance and flowers aren't going to help if the fundamental feeling between the two people isn't warm and fuzzy and attracted. So if people are there looking into, for example, marriage counseling or marriage therapy, because many people get into therapy because they want to spice up their sex life, or sex has become dull, and they go to the therapist or the counselor and they want to talk about sex techniques before they talk about the state of their emotional relationship with themselves and their partner. So our emotional state is always the starting point for any sexual experience. Angry, happy, sad, scared, worried, lonely, horny, thrilled, happy, the whole thing. So our emotional state is the basis of our sexual experiences. If I'm in a pretty good space, sex is probably going to be at least okay. And if I'm in a really lousy space, it is unlikely that sex is going to make it better. What makes sex better is, of course, not just our emotional state when we have it, but our willingness to let our partners make us feel good. And if we're full of resentment, I wouldn't know anything about that, or anger, or other pleasure-killing emotions, then no matter how handsome or gorgeous or sexy or desirable or skilled my partner is, isn't going to make a darn bit of difference. So it's really important that we then take, oh God, here's that word again, personal responsibility for our emotional states. And that is really the most important, single most important thing we can do for our sex lives, besides personal hygiene and picking that right partner. So back to the important thing, our personal state of mind. And then the second most important thing is our regard for our partner and how much, not slack do we want to cut them, but how much generosity can we extend to them. While in a long-term relationship, it's never a bad idea just to help your partner out with a quick orgasm. If one is giving up too much of that and not getting enough in return, we start getting resentful. And then again, all the books in the world are not going to help. So first and foremost, get your relationship with yourself on the right track, and certainly your relationship to sexuality. i.e. permitting yourself to have one, and deciding that, you know what, doesn't matter what my family once told me about sex, I want to have a better sex life. And the next thing, of course, is finding a partner to whom you can extend generosity and desire, and hear from that person what he or she likes, and share with that person what you like. And then, after that's in place, the rest of it is gravy. Because changing of sex position is not going to, it cannot fix an otherwise angry relationship, because sex starts with emotions, it goes to the feelings. So we have to be good on the emotion thing first before we can go on to the double, triple, flip, backward, somersault, howdy-do position. I don't know that one myself, but I'm sure I'll see it one day these days. And if you do see a counselor, it's okay that wanting to improve your sex life gets you into counseling, but as my friend says, we mustn't start at the wrong end of the cow. So sex is a symptom, not a cause. So if your sex life with your partner is less than you would both like it to be, probably looking at emotional issues first and not sex issues would be most useful. So if your partner, quote unquote, never gives you what you want sexually, that's probably a sign that something else deeper than that needs addressing and needs speaking to. Because believe me, and I've been on both sides of this equation, so I can tell you here, honest to God, I'd rather have no sex at all than have a partner who is resentful and going through the motions and just clearly just marking X's in boxes. I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. Why isn't my partner happy? Because I'm not getting the emotional connection from you that sex is supposed to foster and generate, support, and deepen. So feelings first, then behavior. Till next time, I'm Nina Hartley, and please direct your questions to tuesdayswithnina@gmail.com. See you next week. Bye-bye.